I have a question for you. It's a question for everybody. If you're watching this right now, this is for you. This is for you. And I want you to answer in the comments because I need to know what every brain in the whole universe thinks about this because it is the question of our time. I don't care what Barack Obama says. Um, Stephen, what happens if the Count from Sesame Street turns someone into a vampire?
They are suddenly obsessed with counting themselves, and we have another
Do okay,
a
does he count?
calculator in the world.
Does he count? The calculator. Does he count because he's a vampire who's obsessed with counting and numbers like traditional vampires are? Like, you drop the grains of rice and they have to count every single grain. Or does he count because it is inherent to his particular vampirism in which like he's just feeding on numbers? I don't know. So I want to know that. I also want to know, Stephen, do you turn to felt of some sort or like whatever that
Do
meant?
you get muppified?
Do you get mummified?
Basically,
And do you gain, Steven? And I'm sorry, people, I'm not sorry. Do you gain a new hole? Does the hole you have expand? What happens?
do you have a giant butthole now?
Do you get Jim Henson? Like, I want like you tell me in the comments what happens when the Count turns someone to a vampire. I've never seen it. If it's ever happened in the history of the Muppets, let me know because I need to know right now. Because I've been thinking about this all day and it's not okay. And it's not healthy, Steven. It's not healthy to be at work and just thinking about how someone's body would gape or not, depending on if a Muppet sank their furry fuzzy teeth into your neck. I don't even know how do you even break the skin? How do you even break the
With
skin
felt
with your
teeth?
mouth with felt teeth? Steven?
I don't think
Just
you do.
use a
Maybe you
knife?
can't. Maybe you have to. But what if it is like Lost Boys ish, where like you just drink his blood
You
and
drink
then
his blood? Wait, Steven, does he have blood? He is a Muppet. Now, do Muppets bleed?
I don't know. All of that for a drop of blood. That's just like fighting a Muppet.
It's fighting him. I have questions.
I don't know. I guess they fluff. They don't bleed. They like fluff comes out.
So it's like when you get like a dog hair in your mouth, like
Yeah.
you accidentally
You gotta,
swallow
like,
it. You're
You
suddenly
got to
counting
ingest.
everything.
You got to ingest cotton, basically. It's actually a cotton blend. It's not 100%. It's like
Oh my god! Can you just imagine? Like, oh god, just like it's. Does he become your master? Does he like? Does the Count become your Henson? Like
I'm
what?
sorry, son, but
But
what?
oh
Oh,
god.
I go.
Oh.
Oh. It's-
So we have actual human issues that aren't Count Muppet related or as disgusting as the thing we were just talking about. Let's actually talk about those instead of this because I don't want everyone to just stick with us after the song. Hello, welcome to We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
and I am Stevie Wildcard.
Every week, my best friend Stevie Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to overcome our various intrusive thoughts, like whether or not we would have a weird gaping Muppet hole when we were bit by the Count. We do our best to overcome these thoughts and distractions and random nonsense that life throws our way in order to get something done. Most recently, Stephen, what have we been working on?
We've been working on a superhero, supernatural, culty comedy comic called Deathless. Man, I had it too.
You had it. I
I was
felt
so
that
confident, and then the culty comedy got me right,
Dude.
just right in the tongue.
So yeah, supernatural superhero culty comedy comic. We're freaking nailing it, dude. We are. I listen every week. This whole show, the whole point of the show is to hold ourselves accountable. We kind of go back and forth, guys. And Steven, you know this. You know how I am with this. Sometimes I'm like, I want this show to be entertaining for people. I want people to watch it, and I want it to be fun, and like I want to like share our thoughts and like have fun and share our stories and like, connect with people. But sometimes, Steven, sometimes I feel like I let myself get distracted by that and then forget that we're supposed to actually be accountable here.
Progressing on
And
stuff.
yeah, because like we are, and I think what happens, Steven, is we kind of not in a bad way, but I think our comic book mechanism got into an autopilot mode where we're like, we got this, we trust ourselves, we know what we're doing, we don't have to talk about it as much because it's happening, right? It's happening enough so that people trust that it's happening because eventually, guess what happens? They see our freaking comic books, like we're on issue 4, it's going to happen. But I will say, Stephen, I do miss saying how much we succeeded or failed. And because I kind of been like letting that slide under the rug, because life finds a way. But I will say, dude, I failed this week because I really wanted to freaking finish lettering. I did a good chunk. The book is looking awesome. I'm super proud of it. I sent a chunk of it to Steven. I
Hmm.
posted the first 7 pages, but and before it gets too spoilery, I posted the first 7 pages to Patreon. So if you want to check that out, you can go check out our Patreon. But if not, the book is coming soon. But yeah, we're almost done, dude. I feel bad because I'm a failure. I freaking failed. You didn't have to do any of that stuff this week because you freaking succeeded recently. You
Yep, the entirety of Deathless is shaded and colored. I even readjusted Douglas slash Deathless's coloring on his energy. And yeah, but it's all done. All I got to do now, really, on my end, is work on the sketches for all the physical backers that get a sketch card. So
yes.
I have these little suckers right here. And I'm going to draw little barrel doodles on them, and you're going to get a personal sketch for me if you physically back Deathless 4. So
Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, I am so excited for everyone to see those and get those. A lot of people have actually been asking about that. People at my work have been like, am I going to get one of those sketches? I'm like, yeah, of course. Like everyone is. He's going to do it. He is awesome and amazing and a freaking the best kind of machine. Not the bad kind of machine. Which, Steven, hang on. I'm going to put a pin in our comic book stuff, and I know this happens a lot, but Steven, it occurred to me, I posted this in my bad movie Discord, right? I posted this thought, but it occurred to me recently, dude, that of all movies, Terminator 2 is slightly to blame for where we are with our AI robot overlord situation. Think about this, dude.
okay.
Of all freaking movies, a movie about humans trying to to destroy the AI robots that inevitably destroy them, right?
Mm-hmm.
The movie about that actual war was the catalyst to creating Photoshop. So T2, they needed a way to make the liquid metal, and they went to Industrial Light and Magic, George Lucas's company, and they were like, "We need a way to do this. We have to figure this all out." And they helped them, and they developed the program, which was essentially like the prototypical Photoshop that would then not soon after be released to the public in a commercial
Adobe
way.
would become a company, and then
And then they would become a company, and then people were using it for digital art. It became a digital tool, and then of course that digital tool evolved over time to incorporate various AI components, and then now eventually we get into the place where we're like, oh well, what if we throw those components into this particular thresher? Give it pretend it's alive or whatever. But isn't that? I just thought that was so weird. Not like, oh, it's a mind blowing thing, but it is freaking crazy.
the warning message actually was, it's like Cable and Apocalypse, right? Like you
Yes.
can't have Cable without Apocalypse, but every time Cable goes to kill Apocalypse, it sets off the Apocalypse chain, which causes Apocalypse
That's
to.
oh, Steven, hang on. Second pin, just because it's interesting as hell to me and anyone who likes comic books, right? Steven, who created Cable?
I believe that's Rob Liefeld, right?
Right. Okay, yes. Now here's the thing, dude. I saw a literal video, and this exists, and I don't think this isn't it's not actually controversial. It's internet controversial. Like the kind of thing where it's like people argue about it for no reason, but there's an actual video of this where Rob Liefeld himself says on camera, not like, oh, it's an audio, it's AI, it's anything. He says on camera, he's talking about Cable and how, he initially created the character and he wanted it to be this character Cannonball from the future, and he was going to become this other character or whatever. And he got a call from the heads of Marvel, and they said, "Hey, that character's actually Scott Summers' son from the future." And he's like, "Oh, crap. Okay, well, I guess I have to change that because it's not really my character." And he says this just like that on camera. The thing that's most important about Cable to most people, generally speaking, I'm not talking about, of course, he's a very complicated character with like a depth of history. But the general character that everyone knows is Scott Summers' son from the
Yeah,
future. He comes
from
back
the
like
future.
that's
Now,
you know,
correct me if I'm wrong. His mother, though, is actually Madeline Pryor, not Jean Grey, right? It's the
yes,
clone of Jean Grey that's his
I'm
actual
pretty
mother,
sure that's
right?
that's
Yeah.
the fact. But
Okay.
I just thought I didn't want to talk about that a lot. I just thought that was interesting because I always thought, oh, Rob Liefeld just like that was just his character. But no, like he created the bones, just like Deadpool, dude. I feel like Rob Liefeld is someone who like they're like, hey, this looks cool, right? And they're like, yeah, but what if it was actually a good character? And he's like, but I made this doll that looks really cool. And then other people are like, I can make it better. We have the
Dude,
technology.
absolutely. Like Deadpool, the Deadpool you know and love is because I'm probably gonna mispronounce his last name, but is it Fabian Nicieza? Fabian Nicieza
Mhm.
and then Joe Kelly. Joe Kelly's
Right.
'90s run is really what made Deadpool the Merc with the guy you know. A better
100%.
version of Deadpool, honestly. They've kind of made him like a walking meme now, which
Mhm.
I still enjoy
I
walking
still
meme
enjoy it
Deadpool.
still. Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
great.
Mhm.
But '90s Deadpool was like that perfect blend of serious
Right.
and campy and
Yeah, dude. I,
but
I
yeah,
like that
like
a lot.
Rob Liefeld just basically drew Deathstroke, and
Yeah.
then but don't get me wrong, I am not trying to dismiss what Rob Liefeld did for '90s comics. I
Yeah,
know
he put his
lot of
whole
people,
chest into it.
yeah,
Gotcha, Rob Liefeld. Take that
full
shade.
Captain America
I'm just
chest.
kidding. You're like, no, I
But
don't
like,
care. I
let's
think
be
it's
real.
funny.
Like, I mean, yeah, he was a titan of the '90s.
Yeah.
There's no doubting and no debating.
100%, dude.
Like, I think he created Cable, Domino, Deadpool. Like most of them debuting in X Force. I'm not
Yeah.
even. He might have even created like Warpath and stuff. I'm not positive on that, but I gotta
No, he
check
did
those
a
notes.
lot. Like
But
Rob Liefeld
he did a
deserves
lot.
his flowers for sure. I find it interesting when you're working in those sandboxes,
Uh
with
huh.
other people's toys, so to speak, or like giving them ideas for toys. They can do whatever they want. So really, there's no ownership there. It's really hard and complicated to hold. You can't hold on to anything. But sometimes it's for the better, and I guess in
Hmm.
those situations at least, like it's
Especially such a young budding character like Deadpool,
yeah.
where the clay was completely ready to be fully molded,
Oh
his
yeah.
personality shaped. It's cool.
Yeah. But dude, I got a lot of lettering done, not enough lettering done. I want to
Yeah, but
move
that
like
lettering is crazy complicated, and it's
it
good,
is. So
and
okay.
it's going to be so worth it. Like
Yeah. So yeah, let me
I
just
feel bad for the people that did like Deadpool too. Now in retrospect, seeing you
right.
struggle with all those different like
Yeah.
Daniel Way's Deadpool run had so
Yeah.
many different boxes.
Yeah, so for those of you out there who might not know, like our comic book Deathless, it's about an unlikely hero who is burdened with this entity that lands in his head as a result of a magic spell that these people do. And the entity in his head, it exists as a sort of like fail-safe spell to protect people from the evil thing that other spell is doing. So essentially, he has a guardian spirit in his head that wants to kill the bad people, right?
Hmm.
So all of the bad people, I was like, oh, they're going to be magical and have like extra powers, and they're going to be more powerful and different and like stronger and like they should be bigger than people, like like verbally, vocally, it should be visible. Like their speech is more powerful and it has like I don't know, just like there's something to it. So I was like, let's make it look different. Why? Why, Past Anthony? Why? Because what I did was I created a situation where I needed these black balloons with like a very specific color for each individual character, and there are several characters, and then even Douglas, the main character, begins to have his own version of that as well, which is like, oh my God, dude! But it's a lot. That being said, I'm getting through it. I'm gonna I'm gonna do as much as I can to freaking finish this week. I know I can do it. I know I can do it, dude. I've been feeling like way more just like invigorated, like
Hmm.
reinvigorated. Did I tell you I read the like Frank Miller book, The Push the Wall?
Yeah, you were telling me about how
Dude,
inspiring it is and
dude,
stuff, and
it really is. I've been thinking about it a lot. I actually like Steven, so I read that book and I was like getting really inspired by it and just like his art in general and just like it makes me want to tell stories in my own way and our own way and just be creative. It did make me also, Steven, want to read freaking Sin City because I've only read like chunks of it, right? I've
hmm
read like a couple of the graphic novels, but I've never read it all, right? And so I was like, that would be a cool thing to collect. Let me see if they have like issue one of Sin City. Well, like, how can I find that? Is it $1 million? Like, how does that? I don't know how that works. It turns out, dude, Sin City, and I found this out by reading the book, but it turns out that Sin City was originally published in an anthology series. It was Dark Horse Presents. So it was Dark Horse Presents, and like they let Frank Miller do chunks of Sin City in it. So it's like, 6 pages, like 4 to 6 pages or whatever it is per
which is
Dark
kind
Horse
of makes
Presents.
sense because that's kind of how the movies play out anyway. They're like different stories happening
Yeah.
that are
So
tethered together in an anthology like way.
yeah, so it's like a series of Dark Horse Presents. So it's like different stories from different people, like all different creators, and Frank Miller is just like thrown in there among them, right? And I was like, oh man, I'd love to like have those. So I actually found an eBay auction that had almost all of them. They came.
Wow.
So they came. So I have all of these original. They all have the original Sin City in them. Um,
Oh, that's sick.
Dude, they're so cool. Watch. Sorry, Mike. Hang on. Like some of them actually have the Sin City on the cover, and some of them
Like
don't.
with
But
Marv, like
yeah,
I
like
saw
but
Marv.
you can see like the yeah. There's oh, dude, it's so cool. And I was oh, like you can see. It's not
Oh,
awesome
is
enough.
that Hardigan or
It
no?
looks like well, I
It
know
might
right
be.
now. I know the one I read was so far it's mostly Marv.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, I'm so excited to actually read them. I opened them up and I was like looking at it with Carly because she had never seen it. She's never seen the movie.
Oh
So
wow, the first one's so good. I don't remember the second one.
I
I don't
need to
think I ever
watch the
watched it.
second one. I I never watched it. I don't know why. I feel like I think I was afraid. Like you know when you
Mm.
really like something like
Because the first one's so good.
it's
Like the
so
first Sin City's so good. It's so
yeah.
good.
It's just like it perfectly encapsulates it captures the tone of the books of like that art style perfectly. Like the
Yeah,
contrast is there, the splashes of color that
the
you see.
noir, like the noir, like detective-y, like
Yeah,
just
like
that era
it
of time.
allows yeah, it allows for like the cool narration and everything. So I showed Carl's and she was just like amazed by the art. She was just like, "That's so cool. I've never seen anyone do anything like that." I'm like, "Yeah, I do that exactly. That's why it makes me feel like this." You know, I was like, because like when I look at comic books now, the art's amazing. Like it's really nice, but it all feels like formulaic, like in a sense. Like it all feels like it's like a cookie cutter of nice comic book. You know, like
Hmm.
you read it and it's like, yeah, well this looks great, but it also looks like someone copying like Jim Lee or whatever, you
Hmm.
know, and just doing their best impression of that over and over and over. But like that is just so specific to him, and I think that's why like I love like so much of your art and like freaking like scavengers. I was thinking about scavengers and I was like,
Uh-huh.
I think that's what made that stand out because like it doesn't look like everyone else's art, but it's
Hmm.
cool and it looks good and it's special, you know. But oh man. Anyway, I've been like super ready to just like jump into Bullet and the Beast. I like get this ring freaking done. I can't wait. That being said, the next thing I'm writing is going to be that freaking movie, Steven. I don't
That's
know.
awesome.
I am excited, dude. I'm a little nervous about it. I hate to be nervous. I want to be. So we started watching Lanterns. We watched the first episode of Lanterns, and I was like, well, yeah, I need to. I should like. I use my willpower all the time to freaking get this stuff done. But like, I'm such a baby about everything. I'm just like, I'm scared to make a movie, you know. But like, but it's true. But like,
I'm similar though. Like once the train's in motion, I'm
yeah.
good. But getting that train to start
Oh,
moving on the tracks is tough. You know.
yeah, dude. And it's I know, yeah, it's like the whole object in motion, you know,
Hmm.
thing. It tends to stay in motion. It's like we have to like once I start the process of making the movie, it'll be less intimidating. Right now it's still in that weird like nebulous space where like my brain isn't sure, like you know sometimes you have intrusive thoughts and you're like, I'm just trying to convince myself not to do this, or I'm scared so I'm doing this or whatever.
Hmm.
I'm in a place right now mentally where like I mean I'm still I'm mostly focusing on just finishing Deathless, but like every once in a while like I'll be at work and I'm like, oh wait, maybe I should do it this way. And like I have a thought where because you know I've been going back and forth for and anyone who's been watching this for a while knows I've been going back and forth for a long time about whether or not I should do like an anthology with like short films
Hmm.
or one big feature film of this like how to dispatch a monster because like I do or how to dispatch a vampire because I was thinking like it would be so cool to do there's a core character who's you essentially the
Hmm.
Terry police dispatch character who receives calls and you're helping various people dispatch those monsters, you know, and like it would just be
Absolutely. I do think the short film idea, like short film anthology, would be great because it really would be simpler to really like wet your feet, wet your
right.
beak, like kind of get involved and like evolve as you go, and not commit to a feature where it's gonna take like tons
Yeah.
of time, and then it's your first effort. So now, yes, it did take a lot of time, but this is our first effort into making a movie. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I know, dude, I
So it's going to look like your first effort, no matter how much you prepare. It's going to look like your first movie. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
100%, dude. And that's exactly why I keep landing on the anthology idea. You know, because I'm like, I know I can do it. I just also feel like I need a little bit of a, not necessarily a safety net, but like a first draft. You know what I
mm,
mean? Like I feel like and I know part of that is like I can film like random stuff. It doesn't even have to be necessarily a narrative, but I can just like make like film things and edit it and such and like to practice the process, right? But like I just I want to know I can light people appropriately and I know I can capture sound
mm,
appropriately. Um there's some things I'm not nervous about that I'm sure will have hiccups, but like I feel confident enough in those things, you know? Like I'm not worried as much about like making music for it. I'm not worried as much about like editing at all. I'm not, you know, like
we can definitely score a movie.
oh
Like,
yeah, 100%, dude. I
I've
yeah,
done some. I mean, like even like the Play It Again. Like I really did like the melody I came up with for
I
like the theme of Play It Again. You
all
know.
of that, dude. I hear it right now in my head. Like
Mhm.
I love all of that, and I know for a fact we can do that. I also do. I have an in with some pretty cool movie like uh what are they like sound designers and such,
Oh,
and
awesome.
also Chris Cotta has offered his services to
Yeah,
us.
I mean, we know so
So
many talented people are
yeah, dude.
our friends. So
So I think I don't know. Like it feels like the right answer is probably anthology. My fear with it, and this is my only con with this, right? Is I feel like with the feature film, I only need a few actors. Like I count on you, I can count on Jake,
hmm
maybe Carly if I if I need her, and that's really all I need for that story. Like and then like well like background actors, but like I also know people who could do that. For the anthology, if we have three, four stories, like short stories, they have to have different actors. You know, so now I'm going from a situation where I have only two people to now I need at least, five people. If
hmm
story only has one
if
person.
you alternate though, like let's say for example, we use Jake for like the protagonist who's
Right.
talking to me as I'm teaching him how to dispatch, let's say, a zombie or a
Right.
vampire.
Right.
Carl's could play the vampire in that situation, and then you would just, or like something that would, like, let's just make our monsters creative enough where they hide
Oh,
certain physical
oh, they're
characteristics,
gonna, dude.
and then you just swap the protagonist with the antagonist, and that should get us a couple at
Well,
least,
we
you
get a
know.
couple. So yeah, well, one can definitely have Carly as the main character if she wants to do it, which I'm pretty sure she would. She's already said that she would be, she would want to act in it. So we could do that, but that's still only two as the main protagonist.
We
And then
could try one, and like I don't know about Atlas and
yeah, yeah.
Chase, but I
Oh, for
know
like
Cambria. I mean, we could do like a kid themed one where kids, like mom and dad, are on a date and the kids are
yeah.
like at home and something's attacked, and I for example, I know Cambria could definitely do it. I'm sure Atlas could though with a little coaching, right?
Oh yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, the dude's
dude,
already
dude,
kind of like,
the
yeah,
problem with kids is they don't, especially like our kids, like they go too big.
yeah.
And it's really hard to get a sincere acting.
Well, if we're both there, we can
Yeah,
call each other's kids out on their
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
So like, if you're like, "Hey, Cammy needs to do it this way," I'll be
yeah,
like, "Okay, I got this." Cambria, what the?
I
I
mean,
was kidding.
yeah, I mean, how to? Because I have thought about that about the how to dispatch a vampire,
hmm
with kid because it's basically Home Alone
Do
with
Home
a vamp.
Alone basically with a
It's Home
creature.
Alone with a creature.
And
Which
that would be hilarious. It would
yeah,
be,
yeah.
but the
But
difficulty in filming that, I
the
get it. But
difficulty in filming that is just it's so much. So I don't know. I don't. I'll think about it. Maybe I can find like if I find other people who I know are really interested in being in a movie or like acting,
mhm.
then maybe I'll but like that's what keeps getting to me because I'm like I need more people, and with more people, that's where my difficulty has always been. That's
Well,
where like
maybe just start up like you're saying. We at least have two, right? With,
right.
with
So
just
maybe just
like
start.
Tina, Carly,
Yeah.
Jake.
So
Um,
maybe we do the two, and then we
and
can
then
use
enough of our local friends might even be interested at that point where they're
right.
like, "Hey, yeah, I'll help," or I'll do this, and like let's film this or film that,
Yeah.
like
Well, maybe. if there's enough success from the first
Yeah,
two, we
we
can pay people enough to like, we can do an audition situation and actually have
yeah.
like legitimate, I can go to like a local theater and see if there are people there who want to do. So yeah,
Mhm.
we could do that. We could try. So I guess like no matter what, I'll just write the first one. I'll just write like How to Dispatch a Vampire with Jake in mind, and we'll just figure it out. Because that's the one I wanted to write first anyway.
I feel like if when and if we do the werewolf one, we need to address the 2 to 6 nipple situation.
Dude, 100%. We are gonna do a werewolf one though, because I know exactly how to make a werewolf movie actually good, and I feel like we can make an actual like I don't think it's as hard as everyone thinks
Mm,
to make a werewolf transformation work or make an actual werewolf look cool. I
hmm
think like the people have been so ridiculous when really it's like I feel like we just need to go back to the well of
hmm
puppetry, and I
Puppetry
don't,
and shadows. Puppetry and shadows is
dude,
the
like
answer.
it's 100%. It's puppetry and subtlety and just hiding the creature until you can light the creature in a way that makes it more ferocious. And then we have
Mm,
create something that looks somewhat similar to the wolf beast in Dracula, and
mm.
we're pretty good, and I think we can do it. But that's in the future. I want to come up with like a really good werewolf story first. I mean, I have a few ideas, but maybe a found footage thing. I don't know.
Found
But
footage is cool.
well, because I was thinking like what would I do if I were bit by a vamp or a werewolf? Because I would be telling people, I'd be like, listen, I know the world well enough to know that they're not going to believe me. They're going to think I'm
Hmm
crazy, right? They're not. Steven will believe me, and that's about it,
That's
right?
it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to film myself every night and see if there are ways that can prove that this thing happened. Um,
First
you
off,
know,
the wound's gone. I know you
first
guys
off,
don't believe me, but I had a picture of it, and
I
now
had a
it's just
yeah.
fully healed.
Yep. Yeah. So then exactly. Then you're like, okay, here are two spoons. One of these is silver, one of them's not. I have no glove on this hand. This one, not silver. This one, like burns you. Silver. Like
It hurts.
it
It
hurts.
hurts
This
my
sucks.
body.
Yeah. So I like the idea of like keeping a catalog of like, listen, it's fine. And then maybe there are like emotional change like it starts getting like
The
darker,
aggression
like the
and
aggression starts coming in, and it starts getting a little
instincts,
weird.
like feral instincts and stuff like that.
Yeah. Not to mention maybe the thing that bit him comes after him.
Mm.
Like maybe it's like I don't want to leave table scraps, kind of like
Yeah,
the kind of
like
like
like in this mythos, the werewolf has the decision to let his pup become
yeah.
a wolf or slay the pup before the 30 days or
e-
whatever,
yeah,
before the
exactly.
next moon.
Yeah, because I mean the reality is if you're I mean and I know this is fake, but the fake reality we can play with is a werewolf does have like an alpha brain where they're like, "Oh, I'm going to go after this creature because I don't want it to eventually come after me. I want to kill this thing
Mm.
because I don't like werewolves don't live in packs. This isn't Twilight. I'm going to kill this
That's almost a
creature."
cool dude, that's almost a cool concept in and of itself. Like what if like in every werewolf like mythos, when someone is bitten, not killed by a werewolf, they become marked to every werewolf, like a scent is like released into the world, and
Ooh,
basically to become a werewolf you have to survive the trials
survive.
of like 30 days
Yeah.
basically, like as these things pursue you and hunt you. And
Ooh, nice. Yeah, I mean that's exactly, dude. I mean, I'm thinking just the one werewolf, so it's not too
no,
complicated.
yeah, absolutely, but
But
I'm just thinking
no,
like
no,
I was
no.
just
But
thinking
as far as
that's a
like
cool idea in
that is a
general
cool idea in
actually.
general. Yeah, for sure, dude.
And like, what if like early wolves, like not ready wolves,
Mhm.
have to wait for a full moon, but like true werewolves that
They can
survive the mark,
turn
they can
whenever.
transform like the Hulk basically, and
Yeah.
whenever they
Mm,
need their transformation,
hell
they
yeah.
become one.
Oh yeah. I always like, and something I like that I've never seen really done. I did it in, excuse me. I did it in Table Scraps and also in the first issue of Bullet and the Bees, first couple. But I like the idea of like the progressive transformation, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so you see, like he starts getting like he's very hairy and like he's just like, oh my God, like what is this? He's like, I usually don't have these nails because normally it's like, oh my sense are enhanced, like I can
Mm-hmm.
smell things, I can hear things, but like, what if every day you're slowly becoming this Hulk? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then eventually you're just like this big, like, scary looking version of yourself, and then get worse.
Yeah,
Then you're like,
and
oh
then
my
like
God.
the shell rips, and then
Yes.
like.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're like, I like the idea of like thinking, oh, this is the monster, like Teen Wolf, like,
Hmm.
oh, this is a
Playing
werewolf.
basketball super
And then,
well.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. And then suddenly you become this creature. That would be awesome. But anyway, that all being said, just to say, like, yeah, we'll eventually make a dang werewolf movie because we should. Like, if anyone's gonna do it, we should do it, Steven. All right, we've been talking for a little bit, Steven. We're definitely gonna do this. We're gonna make a movie. If you're out there and you're watching this, let us know what you're excited for. Let us know what sounds good to you. I do think the anthology of monsters sounds most feasible. The How to Dispatch a Monster. Even if it's not like intricately tethered to the dispatch, I do like the idea that like someone calls that officer every time.
hmm.
So like no matter what it is, he gets a call. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, dude, like that's the intro every time. Like it's like the
Yeah.
cuts, like almost like office like cuts.
Yep.
And then it's like, okay, yeah, what's the problem? And it's like, like you don't see the people
Yeah.
talking, it's just you see like different like found like situations
Mhm.
happening, and it's like, oh, you need to dispatch a vampire or something like not that corny, but
Right,
you
right,
get what
right.
I'm saying. Like these two people are
I
interacting while
love
like
that.
the
Yeah.
credits are
Oh,
rolling,
you need
basically.
to dispatch a vampire.
Yeah. Who are you?
Oh
It's
my
just
God.
me a bunch of times.
Yeah, it's just always Steven. Dracula, Dracula. Anyway, thank you all for watching this. At the end of every show, we just talk about what we're going to do next. The thing we're going to try to do despite the issues that we are bound to face this week. So, Steven, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna start working on these sketches because I am done with issue 4. So once I get the sketches done, then it's just packaging. So
Heck yeah.
packaging,
Um,
gonna be
how
sweet.
many sketches do you have to do? Do you remember?
I need a true physical count because I know you said not everyone replied to their survey. So
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think the Kickstarter itself was like 70 something, right?
Okay,
76 people. But I
gotcha.
don't know how many of those were digital versus not versus how many were
Right.
physical. But I know it's somewhere in the 70s. If everyone responded, it's somewhere in the 70s. If not everyone responded, it's probably only more like 55 or 60. But
Nice. Okay.
hopefully you all responded.
Yeah, go out if you haven't responded to our Kickstarter survey, please go do that. Check your email. Just search for Kickstarter, search for Deathless, and you will find it, and it will be there. And we need you to do this. Otherwise, I'm gonna do my best to get as many pages lettered as I possibly can. I should be able to finish by next week. The only thing that would stop me is life, the universe, and everything. Like I'm going to every morning work on it as hard as I can. It is a lot, but like I know I can do this. I do have because there's something of a battle going on. A lot of like cool sound effect things to do, which like
Mm,
do take time because I like to incorporate, like I like to add them into the art and like which means I have
mm-hmm.
to like delete part of it and like make it very specific and create like masks and stuff. So that takes time, but it's like so does everything else. So I should be able to do it. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna do my best. But otherwise, that's what we're gonna do this week. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for listening to us ramble on about making things and doing things and being people. We really do appreciate you. We
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 do.
hope you enjoy our show. Thank you so much for watching. I know you have a million other things you could be watching, so the fact that you choose us means everything. Steven, what do you want to say to people before we go?
Just like Anthony says, thank you, each and every one of you, for the very reason we're continuing to pump comics out and continuing to pursue art like projects and things of that nature. It's for people like you that want to read it, want to see it, and we're thankful for each and every one of you so very much.
Absolutely freaking lootly. Thank you so much. Remember to share our show with everyone you know. If you haven't subscribed already, first of all, thank you for making it this far in the video and not being our best friend yet. You are
Yeah.
our best friend now, and we really appreciate you and we welcome you into our colony, cult, band, whatever it may be. Please subscribe and tell all your friends to watch this. Tell your enemies to watch this. Thrust us upon your enemies
And your grandparents.
and your grandparents. Take our show and put it in a coffin with your loved ones. I don't care how you get it to them, like feed it to them. No, I'm kidding.
CIA operatives, use it as a
Listen,
torture method. Whatever you need to do.
listen, Siri, get it into the hands of the people. Okay, now, like if you're out there right now and you're like, "Oh man, I'm the CIA operative. We're talking to you. We
We're
need
talking to
you."
you. Agent
And you're
Johnson, you need to be pumping this into whatever guerrilla warfare you're battling in Venezuela right now or
oh my
whatever. You
God,
need to
it
you
would.
need to show them. You need
Can
to
you
show them we
imagine
have issues.
how torturous it would be for our enemies to have to hear me or see these arms wave in such a way?
Those wacky
Anyway,
inflatable arms piss me off.
It makes me mad. But thank you all. We really do appreciate you. Until next time, I'm Anthony,
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
and this has been We Have Issues. We'll see you next week.
Boom, 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 boom. Got it. Oh, it's August in
Yeah.
Florida.
Holy
It was
crap,
actually
dude.
I'm not gonna lie. We were in Englewood today, so it wasn't like there was like a breeze the whole day, so
Yeah.
I wasn't miserable. Like
Okay.
some days when I'm doing pavers,
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's like I have to take shade breaks, otherwise, like I
I
feel
can't.
like my body's overheating, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
And
dude.
I'm
I
in
can't,
it, you know.
yeah, I can't
So
even imagine, honestly, because like I get out of work. As soon as I get into my car, I like sometimes like most days I think of you. I'm like, oh man, it's so hot in this freaking car. I can't even imagine like working out here. I get in my car. I'm instantly drenched in sweat. I'm like, okay, great. My car has to cool down. I have to roll my windows down and drive all the way to Atlas's school, and then I'm like, I have to sit here for like an hour in this heat in this car.
ugh,
And you know how the air is, like the AC, no matter how hard it works against the Florida weather, it's not really getting
not
much.
when you're standing still because it's like the AC needs to have like gas going to
Dude,
it for it
yeah,
to continue to be.
ugh,
Yeah, I get it, dude.
it's a
Dude,
mess.
that's almost worse to some extent. The only thing that sucks is like after 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Pool pavers, not so much because most pool pavers are like lighter colored because it's
Mhm.
where people walk.
Yeah.
But driveways, if I'm on a
Oh,
driveway, I can't even touch. And my hands, I don't wear gloves ever, so my hands are like leather.
yeah,
And even me, I can't keep my hand on the drive. I have to like
dude. Oh,
alternate, like and
yeah.
just because the pavers themselves are that hot, and
Oh,
it's like you're a convection oven. You're just getting
yeah.
like heat radiating off the ground and from the sky. It's wild, but. Once
Insane.
you're through August and September, it's pretty okay. So,
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's I'm very excited for like just for it to cool down a little. Like it got, like it's
mm,
our air conditioning is working so hard just
oh yeah,
constantly
dude.
and it's not even enough. Like it's just like is this
Yep.
good? And I'm like, no.
Still breaking sweat.
Yeah, it's been rough. And I'm such a little princess when it comes to sleeping, Steven. I'm such
Oh
a
yeah. Oh, I
pampered
need it ice
baby.
cold.
Yeah, I
I
need it to be super cold. And my body hates this. Like I need to get an industrial fan because I have like a little desk
ugh,
fan.
I
It's not
wish.
enough. I need to get a
So,
big yeah.
dude, I love my
Yeah.
wife with every ounce of my being.
Okay,
Every
yeah,
part of me adores my wife. But
of course.
you know me. You've
I
spent the
know.
night at my house. When Steven would sleep, he would have a factory
Yep.
fan basically go
100%. Yeah.
just complete. Dude, Tina needs silence. So like, one of the biggest concessions I made is that we put on something on TV so I have some sort of background sound. But I literally sacrificed my main method of going
That's
to sleep.
Dude, it's so funny because I also sacrificed my main method of going to sleep has always been I have Community on or I have
Uh,
Futurama on or Seinfeld on. Something I've seen a million times that I'm just gonna put on. It's going to eventually shut off naturally as I shut off naturally. And we're going to fall asleep
mm.
together and I'm gonna dream and it's gonna sleep and we're great. The TV and I have a good, beautiful relationship. Carl's needs silence when she sleeps also. She's okay
Mm.
with the fan next to my bed, thankfully. So like the humming sound is okay, but for some reason the TV will
Like the
keep her up.
varying like
Yeah.
sounds and stuff.
Yeah, where it's like maybe she'll pay attention to it and it'll keep her up and she's going to like, have trouble just drifting off into her space. But I just it's one of those it's one of those situations, dude, where I was like, this is my whole life. My whole life has been falling asleep with this TV, and now we're breaking up, and I don't know what to do with myself. So yeah, and now I'm in a situation where like I'm used to it now. I don't need the TV to fall asleep
Mm.
anymore. I do need the comfort of the cold, and I'm not getting it this summer at
No,
all. Like no
dude,
matter what I
it's
do,
brutal.
and yeah, it's so weird. It really is like a princess and a pea situation though, because I'm like, oh, I'm too hot. I take off my clothes. I'm like, now I feel like weird and sticky.
Hmm.
If I'm like, it's just weird.
Yeah, I'm definitely like a shirt and boxers guy for bed. Like
Yeah,
I'm not
like
someone that can just take
I don't,
Tina's a naked sleeper, but I'm like
yeah, I like to
completely.
wear like a shirt to bed, and like
Hmm.
I always have. And now it's just too much. It's too much, and the shirt is get dude. Depending on the shirt, it's just I can't.
Depending on the graphic,
I
it's
think yeah,
like
I have made the mistake of falling asleep with like a solid, more like one of these, like where it's like a painted graphic, or I'm like,
uh-huh.
like the
Uh,
crust is unbearable. I'm like, this is me now. This is my costume. I am a gargoyle. It's like when the sun comes up, I'm like, we live again.
Just,
I have like break the yeah. It's crazy.
It's funny.
All right,
So
let's
that was
see.
our hot open. It wasn't the
Yeah.
cold open. That was the hot.